Logan, if you leave us during this finale, then we will complain about it like no other business.
I'm going to stay right here, and we're going to go through the final set.
The password is up his sleeves.
We're going to write a strongly worded complaint to the ER.
I'm sorry, I
Careful.
like the sound those things make.
Not
the
ER,
little, the little like party blower platforms. That
Yeah.
Anyway,
yoga mats.
welcome to the final hub and what is effectively the final world of this main campaign. And as you already saw right back there, the final hub is practically another level in and of its own right, just to get to some of these levels.
Oh, I recognize this
And it
music.
sucks.
Wait, what is the music? Let me see.
Oh, it's Splatoon.
Oh yeah, Tentacular Circus.
Oh, that was one?
Yeah, I love this song.
Did
Oh,
we
by the
talk
way,
about it?
Level's
Didn't we
comments
talk
is
about
one
it,
of
like,
Cosmos.
we talked
Yeah, and a
about
part
it,
that Sealy wasn't in.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Whee!
Awesome.
But yeah, it's one of my favorite songs from Splatoon 1, Sealy. I'm so bummed they did, and James also mentioned, I'm so bummed they didn't have this in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, well,
This guy's got pro strats on his side.
Well, I want to ask, because I don't know if I might have tried to ask this, but I didn't really get the chance to. But were there any Splatoon? Were there?
Ooh. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Were there? Unless I'm just misremembering, were there any Splatoon 2 songs in Smash?
I don't think so.
there were a
Was
few.
Evan Flow in it?
Yeah, Evan Flowens.
There are a couple
Okay.
songs, but there's one song that we will discuss later, actually, they have in the game, that is also used as a boss fight in this world, which, not going to lie, I prefer the boss fight version.
I don't mind both. I don't mind both of them, but I do. We'll talk about that when we get to that. But I love how both tracks are utilized in the finale of the. Oh dear! And I love how both tracks are utilized in the climax of this game because I played, which are the two songs we're talking about. Just to kind of maybe I'm not going to say their names, but I'll tease them out for people who, in case some guy under a rock hasn't actually played the game and is using this as their main experience. Hopefully they spotted me.
Oh, God.
Tetris 99 has spotted me.
God damn it. Has this ever happened to you?
And
For a second, I thought it was like several lasers
Nice.
pointed at you at once instead of two.
nah, it's just them moving. I'm naked. Nah, I just wear a
Be-
t-shirt.
Three-pointer!
Guys, run away! It's Tetris 99!
I mean, I made that joke already. But anyway, the two songs I'm referring to, you would have only seen them. Hey, Icky.
Oh, screw this platform, though.
There's a moving platform.
Invisible moving platforms!
Two invisible moving platforms.
where's that lovely?
But anyway, okay. But, oh, there it is. Ah, shit.
Yes.
Whatever. Anyway. That's only halfway. Moving on. The two songs I'm speaking of are, looks like four, yeah. The two songs I'm speaking of were originally songs that you would only have heard if you had the Marie and Callie amiibo in Splatoon 1.
Yep.
They were select singles, and they will be played in the finale. This time for the last bonus weapon.
Hey, they got
The
fireworks
hero
with
brush.
us.
The hero brush.
Hero
Not
It's-
the ink brush, but the Octo brush in hero form.
It's like a compact form of a roller, Sealy, that has a much faster attack, in case you like rollers but want to attack faster. It's basically a melee, think of it almost like a melee sword. As opposed to the roller, which acts more like a warhammer.
I don't like it.
It's okay, but definitely in a game like this, you don't want short range.
You have to
don't
button
things out
mash
from
too
far.
often, that's the problem.
This is definitely, I don't know what you would call this. Gosh, stop. I wouldn't
It's
call
Death
this a
of a Thousand
support
Cuts in
weapon.
some case.
I wouldn't call it a support weapon. I don't know if I'd call it an offensive weapon.
It's a speed
but
weapon.
It definitely works. It's a great... weapons like these and the rollers are great tools. You know what it is? Maybe I could call this a support weapon in that weapons like these are great to be used to make a quick path. Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
I
Make
hear
a
you,
quick-
Marie. I don't think I'll ever get used to this.
Nah, but yeah, no, it's a great weapon to use to quickly lay down a trail and fly forward to make a path that your that your teammates carrying heavier weapons could quickly swim through.
But at the same time,
it's
you're
like a
leaving
scout
yourself
weapon.
open to opponent fire.
Oh no,
It's like a scout.
These Octarians are terrible! They've decapitated a bunch of Zerkatries!
What
yeah,
I was
no,
about
it's
to
like-
say is
yeah,
the,
go ahead.
Monsters.
what I was about to say is I
Okay.
love just especially when you're just saying a random wall like this, smacking it back and forth. It just makes me think, just take a brush, be the devil out.
Beat the devil,
Nice.
devil.
He's
that
a
is
good
nice.
dude.
Beat it
That
like
is
ocean
nice.
money.
You
One
know
of my
what?
favorite little.
You know what,
I think I already
people?
said it. Oh,
Wait,
go ahead,
you know
Matt.
what? Icky,
Jeez.
I demand you draw a Bob Ross inkling now.
Well, you have to
Why
question him.
me?
And you know what? It shouldn't be an ink. You know what? It shouldn't be an inkling because
It should just be
fucking-
Bob
it's-
Ross.
If not that, it should be the Octolings because the Octolings got the afro.
Yeah, I
Uh-oh.
agree.
Okay, I'll tell you.
Got him.
I'll tell you what, Matt. I'll draw it, but it has to be a commission.
Pay me to draw.
I wish I had money.
But in any case, one of my favorite bits of Bob. My bad. One of my favorite bits of Bob Ross was the bit where he liked to make a joke about how whenever he used the paint thinner, and when he smacked the brush to get it off, he always made this joke of trying to hit the cameraman from a far away with it. And one time he did get him, and he had the cutest little chuckle. He was like, "Do-do-do-do." Got him. Just kept on going about it. He just kept going on his day.
Help!
No!
Ugh,
Yeah, this place is kind of messed up.
this
Yeah,
place sucks.
I just loved how he was
I
like,
know, that's
got
so cute. Got it.
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of like Mr. Rogers when you put it that way.
oh, no,
He's
he
part of
definitely
he's
is.
part of the trinity of wholesomeness.
The wholesome trinity.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's him, Mr. Rogers, and Steve Irwin.
Uh-huh.
I thought you were about to say Steve Urkel.
No,
No!
there's nothing wholesome about him.
There was a fourth one. Oh yeah, Jim Henson.
Wait, we skipped that?
Yeah, because that one's just more the frickin' bowling balls again.
You jerk! It could have been fun. It could have been gameplay to show.
I wasn't here.
Yeah. Just going off the fourth one Matt mentioned, which yes, that is the fourth one. The fourth one being Jim Henson. Hey Logan,
Yeah.
you got a wire on your arm.
Why? What?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
I shouldn't have said that out loud. Do you hibernate? Only with friends?
Hey guy, dude, you hurt me. I'm gonna have to hurt you back. Are you ready for this?
Right there?
In case you want to know, Logan, we're talking about
Matt.
My bad. When the first Muppet movie was being made, Jim Henson and Frank Oz did like this test footage as the characters, and
make
it
sure
was
the
just
cameras
them
worked.
basically just shooting the breeze as the characters.
They just improv. Yeah, they just improv as their characters.
Oh, perfect.
It was really
It's
fun.
ridiculous and it's amazing at the same time.
Jim Henson, those guys, like, they should just make a freaking bonus DVD thing that just is nothing
should.
but just their improv, because that stuff with the hell was that? Did you see that?
Well, that's
Did
more,
you? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Like, I really do hope that there's some kind of, for lack of a better way of phrasing it, Muppet historian that compiles every single blooper and improv that Jim Henson and his friends have ever done and just sell it on Blu-ray.
Alright, question.
Wait, sheesh!
Didn't the Jim Henson Company also do that TV show Dinosaurs? Because there's a great
Yeah, they
blooper
did.
from that.
Yes,
Did
they did.
they? Yeah.
Oh, with the baby on the last episode going nuts. Because it was the last episode, and they knew they were doing no more else after that.
What'd they do with the baby?
The actor playing the baby made it seem as though the baby was like having like a big acting like I'll be in my tray, like it just had an emotional breakdown on stage.
Okay, so he just walked off.
No, he just started like messing with everybody, making noise and like throwing stuff. They just had fun. He pretended to be an actor, like who was upset about the show ending and wanted to just make a mess of it.
I could just imagine. I mean, I haven't seen for myself. I could just imagine like what his last words for that screening was. It's like, "You're not my mama. I'll be in my trailer."
Also, this part makes me very
Probably.
nervous.
Yeah, because you have to like move around. It's like freaking Super Mario Sunshine all over again. Anyway, we did it. Platform Madhouse.
Also, we have not
Platforms
only a
aplenty.
legit P90, but legit anti-detonation armor.
Yeah.
Just-
Is that
Wait,
what it is?
I
Or
guess.
like
I would,
the bomb disposal armor.
Kobe.
Alright.
I messed
need
up.
to-
There we go.
Kobe.
If you've seen the
Kobe!
movie Hurt
Ooh,
Locker,
nice.
if you've seen the movie Hurt Locker,
I have not.
it's actually
That's
pretty
I've seen
good.
the episode of Billy and Mandy called Herder Monkey, though. If that's anything
Wait,
to do with
fun fact: Hurt Locker is the claim to fame to Jeremy Renner before he was Hawkeye.
Huh.
Who and what now?
It's like a boxing
the,
thing, isn't
the
it?
Archer guy from the Avengers.
What?
Isn't it like a?
No,
Isn't that boxing? Okay,
no,
it's
it's
not
a
boxing. All right,
bomb
everybody, we're just gonna
disposal
keep-
movie. I was just talking about bomb disposal outfits.
And could you not imagine a most epic freaking boxing match between two guys both in bomb defusal gear? Do not,
I
you
imagine a
cannot lie to
boxing
my
match between
face
two Muppets.
that that
Yeah,
would
I
not be interesting to watch.
I feel like we're in one of those scenarios where there's two conversations happening at once. Me explaining
No,
how Icky
no,
who
I-
Hawkeye is, and then whatever you and Matt are talking about.
I'm talking about the best dream fight ever since the MMA. Which is two guys and freaking bombed a few. You can't move in those things. You're just kind of like clunking around. And...
How about this for the match of the century? Two boxers literally have straight up bombs on their gloves, and whoever gets the first punch in wins.
Oh, you know
it was
what?
either that, or it was either that, or I almost
that
thought,
sounds like a Hunger Games boxing match.
if not
That sounds like
if
the
not
sequel
that,
to Arms.
Got it. If not that, I almost thought James was saying. I almost thought you were going to say boxing match with two people, but their gloves are cardboard boxes.
We now return to
it's not really.
championship boxing.
One time I had.
And now for some boxing. Oh, thank God.
Celie, do you watch any sort of fight? I know you watch football occasionally when it's the.
Sometimes.
odd as that is.
Sometimes.
Football.
I have my friend is super into WWE. Go.
Anyway.
One more.
You know, the more I look at this world, I swear it looks like a mesh between Chemical Plant Zone and Chemcroc Industries.
I
I
can
can see that. Anyway,
Got it.
just I did want to make one more contribute to that whole fight scenario you guys were talking about. One that just popped in my mind, and I know that there's a lot of people will probably love it. I know the girls would love it. Is instead you have like a boxing match, only the fighters are in those Mario and Luigi outfits.
Oh, that'd be adorable.
So
They should do-
WWE, but with
Aren't-
Mario
aren't-
and Luigi.
No, aren't there like? Oh boy, here we go. The last one.
And
Aren't there like?
my name is Mario Cena.
Aren't there like three?
Mario
there, like,
Cena sounds like a medicine.
It does, actually.
Well, good.
And he just like,
Now what were you
and then he
saying?
just goes nuts. And you hear dun, 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 and it was like, oh shit! Dun, 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 dun,
He's
dun,
got the
dun, dun, dun,
superstar, ladies and
But no.
gentlemen.
Die. But no, did you aren't there like three? There are like three or so. There are like I'll let Matt figure out that for a second. But there are like no worries. Aren't there like three wrestlers who are based on who like do stuff with video games? Like I know there's that one person who's like super into Pokemon. There's a dude who actually like had like his whole victory theme as opposed to John Cena. Oh, there you are. Die.
Bye.
Goodbye.
There you go.
I would have laughed if none of them hit that one.
Yeah, we got
Because
it.
that does happen
more.
sometimes.
It does because it only tracks where they've been. It doesn't like home out on them.
Well, I could just say, like, just to answer your question, I'm not sure about wrestlers. I know for a fact, and this is something I've talked about a lot, there's too many Double Dam athletes, like, particularly in like, football and whatnot, that have the same name as video game characters. So whenever
There
I
are too many
see, like, a
strong people.
name like Ridley or Kirby trending, instead of thinking, oh, that's probably a new Kirby or Metroid game, no, it's just an athlete that's named Ridley or Kirby.
Yeah, that annoys me.
Welcome back, Matt. How are you doing?
Good. Sorry, just
No worries.
just letting me know.
Welcome back.
Okay.
Time for more tea.
And time for
Yeah.
the final boss.
But
But
first,
before I do that, I'm gonna get
Time for the
I'm
final
gonna get-
ball. Never mind.
I'm gonna get that just so I'm ready for the next boss. I'm not gonna grind.
barbecue.
Here are the last ones. Hey, Squid Kids, it's me, Callie. It's been so long since I've written a proper blog post. Oh, look at the little squiddy emotes.
The
Aw.
little
I'm like
emoticons
this. I've
crack
got
me
time
up.
to think, but sometimes I think too much. But I'm really psyched for filming today. Stay fresh.
Aww.
aw,
She has her own little post. But yeah, she's trying to be a good like idol.
Woomy, woomy, woo.
But do you ever think, man, this place is just ugly? Might have a lyric use some pizzazz. Well, just whip out some sparkly fabric and tape and get your decorate on. Looks great, feels great, and it's fun. Give it a try and stay fresh.
I'm reminded
Stay
of that
fresh.
one episode.
eh?
When I
Callie
look
wrote
at this,
this.
I'm reminded of that one episode of the Powerpuff Girls where they're all telling the mayor what happened to him.
This looks to be a thesis on the massive weaponry employed by the Octarians. Specifically, the research shows how sentient tentacles, the big ones, are implanted in their machines as a means of control. According to this, it almost
And
looks
yeah-
like
no,
DJ Octavio's the one
that's
controlling them.
that's the thing. Octopuses can regrow limbs. What it is that DJ Octavio does.
My dearest Callie
he-
Murray, stop. On a research trip to the Cape with Agent 3. Stop. Maybe late, but left dinner in the fridge. Ooh, from Captain Cuttlefish. Sorry, go
anyway,
ahead.
he
Go ahead.
cuts his arm off and mutates it, and then regrows that arm.
Calamari Research Live videos. This coffin-like device, Judge device, from the first game, is a historical relic and is kept under strict lock and key. Some dude unplugged it by accident while cleaning it,
What a
and
dunce.
apparently, should that be the case, I ask you to re-energize the capsule once again. This is how Judd Jr. came to be. Apparently, the machine that Judd came from, when that person accidentally unplugged it and replugged it back in again, that was the catalyst that created Little Judd.
Judy.
Judd's baby brother, sister, whatever.
Also, I want to voice
His
the
small
obvious
duplicate.
character here.
I know, because guess who's coming frickin' back?
Go
Can
for
we
it.
not this time? I mean, it's a fucking football stadium here. Come on.
Anyway, let's do
Hey, look,
this.
it's the stadiums from Sword and Shield.
Here we go, guys.
No, this ain't football.
Oh my gosh, look who
It's
it
a
is!
girl.
Callie.
Nice shades.
Yo.
Yo,
Nice earrings. Nice
Is that heartbeat
tattoo.
modder?
Told you to leave.
I told you to leave.
I also find it adorable that her earrings are like those are hot
Small
dogs when you
octopus.
cut them into little.
Prepare
yeah.
to be rocked.
Prepare for trouble.
Hey, DJ!
DJ. Oh
Turn
god!
Turn it up,
damn
Vanilla
it.
Ice!
And he's got Octo freaking brass knuckles on those things, and there's the Zapfish. This thing
I see the
again.
wasabi beats too.
Not again!
Here we go.
Octobot King
Octobot
2,
King
aka Octobot
Featuring
King
Calvin.
1. Again.
Octavio in the house! I remix Callie's brain!
Time
He
for our
hypnotized
first
her.
song of the night, Bomb Rush Blush.
Time to drop the beat down!
Spin it,
You know, when you
DJ.
put it that way,
And
it's
yeah,
actually
okay.
a lot darker than we
Okay.
thought.
This is
Come on.
This is a boss version of Bomb Rush Blush, which is Callie's single. And I'm sorry, I like this version better than the regular version. It sounds so
I know.
much more epic.
Because
It's
there's
a
more
good song.
intensity.
It's a good
The
song,
original
but I really have to put it out there. This is just a lesser version of the final boss from the first.
Yeah, it's a total repeat. Just on a
It's
much
not even a
smaller
repeat.
scale.
It's not even. It's so much easier
There's no
now that
big
you have like a
plat-
full
yeah.
platform.
Hey,
Snap out
at
of it.
least we don't have to go across all those fucking platforms.
But that
But
was
you
what
know,
made it
that's true.
so much more dynamic.
But that is something to be said. Is there is no more platforming. I like watching the screens, but yeah, this is pretty much a rehash of the first boss fight. But the music is great. The original song was Callie's single. It was like a big peppy, like up. You know, I agree with Matt saying that. Dang it. I agree with Matt that this one just has a lot more oomph to it. Oh jeez.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
But yeah, if you have a freaking hero shot level 3 and are like ready, this thing is a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
Which is
and
fine.
honestly, just I look at this boss fight and I think back to myself.
Octavio.
Oh,
I
God.
save
Get him.
myself.
Oh,
By the
she's
way,
getting
we have to do
dazed.
this 3 more
Your
times.
cousin.
I mean, 2 more
Try
times.
to remember.
DJ! Drop that spicy wasabi beat.
You don't even like beats.
Coming with the hotness!
Mario.
His lines are so weird.
I mean, I will give kudos where it's due. Like, this is a pretty nice looking set piece for the boss fight. It's
Yeah.
just that, like, again, this, like, look at this boss and makes, and it just painfully reminds me, hey, this was released not that long after the Switch was released, so they didn't have that much time to fine tune it to make it seem a
Yeah,
little
so
more
we're just
dynamic.
gonna reuse the first final boss,
Which
but,
just
make make it
when we
easier.
get to which we'll talk about all that, James, when we get to Octo expansion. Why I am just that much more excited for Splatoon 3.
Logan, we get it. You think she's cute. Focus on the boss.
Oh crap! Get these things. I
But
was just
is it
trying to
even
show-
Logan?
I was
Oh,
trying to show
yeah,
off
it is
the-
Logan Beam.
I
Also,
was
those
trying to-
ink tornadoes are basically the least threatening attack in this fight.
but
They don't even
manage
do
is
anything. They just
But
stay
man,
there.
but Icky manage them because you can only see so much with the camera, so you want to manage that so you don't accidentally walk into one while you're looking in another direction. So I like try to get rid of them as fast as I can. Moving on.
But
Back
no,
to
like,
games.
this boss really does feel lesser compared to the first final boss.
Whatever, the music's great.
Okay, yes, the boss might seem lesser.
There he is.
Personally, I like it more than.
Oh wait, guys, my favorite part:
Ooh.
Is that a flying truck?
reinforcements.
And mainly, I prefer the stakes of this final boss. And hell, Marie's packing this time.
Oh, holy shit!
Wham!
The glasses.
Ah! She can't be seen without her glasses.
The hypno shades!
This is, I think it's called Tidal Wave. What's it called? This song of Marie's?
Tied Out, I think?
Tied Out, I think, something like that. This is my favorite freaking part of this entire boss fight, because what we're hearing here, if you listen, is Callie's single and Marie's single at the same time harmonizing with each other.
By the way, Spicy
Logan, can you
speed
send me
mode,
that when this is over?
Sure
all he
thing,
does
'cause I
is
love
move
this
left
song.
and right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love this song so much. I love how, because the cool thing is that if you listen to, in Splatoon 1, like, if you imagine the single was both of them trying their own style, like, you can really hear how they're all, like, different. Callie is far more of the peppy, you know, like, hip-hop, you know, pop singer, while Marie tries to be more of, like, the rhythm and blues kind of singing.
R&B.
Also, I apologize. I really do.
Oh, I get it. It's because he forms the geyser around you specifically.
Anyway, I apologize. I really do. I do think that this boss is so much better than the first game's final boss. Because
I definitely think
the music is better, and also I don't have to go through a huge fucking level only to die and then go back to a checkpoint
This one
halfway through.
I
This
can
one does
understand
seem-
if you like it better if it's a lot easier, but I mean, you have less to
Got it.
worry about in this
There.
version of
Wait,
the
guys.
boss. And there we
There! Everyone,
My head.
the low tide ink is working.
go. You sound like a
Tide.
dude, Marie.
Callie, remember
Remember
that beat.
Remember that night in September?
She's remembering.
I remember.
Okay, she just
I
outright said
can
it, but yes.
see!
I can
And-
wait.
I love that fucking Bayonetta pose she does to jump up
And just
there.
like that, she just had
Alright.
an immediate costume change.
The Squid Sisters are back.
It's
Yay,
like we're
time-
watching an actual concert.
Ink
Calamari.
Edition is back!
And thank you, Sheldon. Let's finish this.
Woo!
Rainmaker.
Make it rain.
Rocket lawn chair.
By the way, this isn't
Rainmaker!
exactly modified, but it's just a version of Rainmaker that you don't have to lose.
Let's go.
Also, this ending is much more epic in my opinion.
I mean, this admittedly does look cool. Just
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah. I mean, I'm on the opposite end. I do think the first boss fight was a little more dynamic.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the enemy.
Stay put.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the enemy.
Turn the camera, man!
Like
I was cool.
honestly,
Starstruck.
give me like the platforming stuff in the first boss fight mixed in with this section, and honestly, it's like you got the best freaking boss fight in the entire series.
Yeah, make it more to, manage than just slide around, wait for him to fire his missile, jump over the spinning
Whoa.
missile.
Keep it that. Just keep it calm. Nope.
Oh boy.
Oh boy!
So yeah, just keep a very steady. I would say this part definitely. This part rewards a steady hand much more to keep the reticle perfectly aimed on something and just one hit and just keep.
Well,
it
like
fully
I said,
charged.
I can't resist the roof any longer.
Aw. Aw, he's dancing too. He can't.
Just,
he can't deny
To be
this is a
fair, he
good beat.
did that in the first.
Yeah, he can't deny this is a rockin' beat.
You know, I still like that.
he might be a racist prude, but hey, you can't resist that spicy beat.
Actually, if I'll say one other thing about this boss fight, I can't help but feel this doesn't quite have the Octavio's presence in this boss fight doesn't have the same impact as the first one.
It
He's just
really
kind of
doesn't.
there. There's no because
Yeah.
all throughout the entire
and
game he
down he
wasn't
goes.
like mocking you. It was only like until this point.
Not to mention, there's more of a focus on worrying about the Squid Sisters than with Octavio.
And there's
So
like
this
less
one-
stakes in this particular part of the fight because
But with that
All you're
said,
doing is,
this
this.
is over.
Oh fuck.
Ow!
right in his face.
Victory!
What
I
do we
love how
even
both
do
their
there?
covers.
Roar. Not again.
Yeah.
Crossfade to black.
I just noticed
And-
how he's wearing like the fucking JoJo's Bizarre
Stunner
Adventure coat and
shades.
hat.
Yeah. And yes, if you're wondering, if you go back to the hub, he is once again sentenced to snow globe.
Oh, well,
That's
just like old times, huh?
that. The
Welcome back to
Zapfish's
Splatoon 2,
return.
everybody.
All right,
Oh
off
boy,
the hook.
let's
What's
see
the
if,
shit? What is the
Alright,
shit?
Today's
What's up?
salmon run stage.
Y'all know what time it is?
It's off the hook, coming at you live from Inkopolis Square.
Oh my
Check
God.
it. They're the current regular battles. Oh wait, I don't know.
Ah,
Hold your seahorses, Marina. We have breaking news.
Wait, what?
Oh my God.
The Great Zapfish is back. The Great Zapfish is back.
I mean, it's right up there, above our heads.
Oh yeah.
I'm so happy right now. I have
I
to get
have to
Marina,
say-
stop taking the photos.
Excuse
wanna
me
beat
as
Marina real
excuse me as Mr. Brain just slides on the screen.
I hate everybody.
For some reason, I remember it being bigger than that.
Shush.
real. Was it always that small?
Shush. It's consistency. Anyway.
Anyway, in other news, here are the current regular battle state.
I
Wait,
can't-
shut it, Marina. We got another breaking news alert.
You're the one who's
Really?
fucking
But I
talking.
didn't say anything.
Holy crap! Callie's been found. Are you guys seeing this? Now that's news.
Yeah.
I
Marina,
honest to God read that as holy crap.
Me too, but yeah,
Yeah.
you
That's
learn
the
later.
joke.
You learn later. Marina is a super big Squid Sisters
We're
fan.
glad you're back, Callie.
Let's-
Being the best is too easy without competition.
Let's be fair, the English team had a lot of fun slipping in swear words without actually slipping in swear words.
Oh,
It's
a new
true.
track.
Let's drop a new
I've
track
got-
to celebrate.
I've got just the jam. The next song request comes from Freshly Fried Boy.
What?
Basically, after they got back together, the Squid Sisters actually wrote a brand new song, which is one of my favorites in the entire soundtrack. Fresh Start.
For a moment, I thought you were about to say salmon track.
And that's that.
Wow.
So yeah, that's it for our commentary on the first campaign of Splatoon 2.
And again, for those who want to watch and have a little bit of a little humor, I try to rhythmically match the song because I like doing a little dance sometimes while showing up all these amazing people.
dance, little ink, we'll meet tonight.
I gotta say, this version of the campaign was,
Logan?
Uh-huh.
I remember when I visited you in person one time, you told me about the two voice actors who voiced, I think it was Pearl and Marina?
Yeah. I was probably gonna talk about that more during Octo expansion, but I can mention that a lot of the voice actors that they got for all the idols are actual singers in Japan, and a lot of them are actually pretty good friends and enjoyed working on this project.
not to mention, the actual voice actors, Pearl and Marina, look exactly like their characters.
Oh no, they
Which I
modeled
find
their
funny.
hair and everything out of that.
Actually,
And the one for Pearl is actually a really good singer.
Oh yeah.
How ironic.
She's so small.
oh gee, the one you mean all these people who are voiced by singers are actually
Are good singers?
Yeah.
Well,
Singers?
the joke,
Oh, wow.
the joke is that Pearl's usually known for her rapping, not so much her singers. But anyway,
Right.
what did you guys think of this campaign? What did you guys think of this campaign compared to the first?
I enjoyed it.
Personally, I liked it better. I thought that there was more content, and I will say I like the final boss a bit better.
I mean, I have the game and I haven't even played it yet, but I don't even know if I can. I don't know if I can handle the platforming.
You can learn.
You see,
it.
this is what happens when you skip over the full campaign, Logan.
What did you think of it? What did you think of it, Icky?
I mean, it's more the same of the first
Look,
campaign,
Icky.
which I really like to begin with.
Look at what?
Icky.
What?
There. Icky's name was above I's name in the credits.
I didn't see Icky. I
You'll
see
it back.
Dorf,
Go
I
ahead.
see Leary.
Go ahead, back to you, Icky.
Well, if you want my serious thoughts on it, it's more the same, really, in this case. I mean, not for nothing, but the Wii U and the Switch were, well, at this point at least, we've been getting a lot of content from the Wii U that's been, thrown out into the gutter and is now in need of a home. So if you didn't get the chance of the Wii U, you're getting basically the same thing here, only with a few more bells and whistles.
But I was very happy to see that it was a sequel, not just a port. What do you
Oh,
think,
yeah.
James?
Yeah, I agree there.
Like,
What'd
if
you
it
think of
were
this
just a
game?
straight up port, I would be upset, because it'd make my purchase of the Wii U feel invalidated.
Right. What did you think of this, James? Given your experience with both games so far.
Well, I will repeat something I did say around the beginning of the Hey Mario get up.
Oh,
But,
hold on. Here comes the man himself.
Not
I
yet.
think.
Go ahead.
It's
Not
a
yet.
me,
We're still in-
Mario, and
we're
I'm
still in
here
product
to make a game and profit off of these little squeeds.
No,
But,
not those
You're
guys.
just now making that joke after all the times that it's been any other game credits?
Well, that.
Well, you
it's
guys
a
gave me
joke.
the context, but anyway, I digress. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. with Splatoon 2, I honestly did finish the campaign because like it was basically the opposite scenario from the first game where I focused more on the campaign than the actual game itself. Whereas here I focus more on the game, but focus less on the campaign. And
Here's the guy.
I am the exact same way, by the way, which what James did.
Right, but as I was saying, it's like from what I have seen, I mean, okay, I was able to at least get as far as like World 4 in, and I will say I do appreciate the fact that they actually let you use more weapons than just the splatter shot.
Wait,
So it makes
here's
it less...
something interesting at the end, by the way. Look who's hanging out with them.
Hey.
Hey, they could always mash up. But
We're all
with
friends.
Well, who's to say he's not resting their tanning and more so got his fucking...
He's unconscious, and they're taking.
Yeah, I was about to say
funny
got his ass beat up by 2 Squid Sisters.
The moment he wakes up, he's gonna be pissed.
Anyway, back to you, James.
Why the fuck am I at the snow globe again?
Matt, back to you, James.
Yeah, just from what I have seen, it is a pretty decent enough follow up. But I will admit, I do feel like I could have gotten more out of it than what they gave me. And I do think they did end up doing that well with the next thing we're going to be showing off.
Yep, because you thought this was over. No, they actually went above and beyond with this game, and to really show off what they had learned and what they could pull off with the Switch's power. So join us one last time until they make a new Splatoon game, pretty please, for the answer to what I wanted more from, which was more story. Thank you.
Logan,
Yes, what's up?
did we just get someone else's own opinions on the game?
Hype.
Yes.
And Matt, simultaneously
already
at the
said
same time. Okay, then Hype.
I technically
what-
didn't. But
Then both
I
of you
guess
simultaneously.
Steve.
Well, hang on. Matt, go first. I'll be right back.
Okay, Matt, you go first.
Alrighty.
Who I shall now
Well-
refer to as Steve.
Well, I personally like the game. I think it's great, and pretty much the same with James. I focus more on the gameplay than the campaign, and I didn't completely finish the game, but even then, I still love this game. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a good multiplayer game, and even single player a bit. And I did like the campaign even better than the first game. And I did beat the campaign, but that was on my old Switch.
It should be said, when the Switch Online thing started, there was like the majority of people on Switch Online were playing Splatoon, not even the NES Online stuff.
Well, to be
It
fair,
has
it's
a very
those
strong
people that
community.
pretty much been playing Splatoon daily.
It has a strong community.
Yeah.
Hype, what about you?
Anyway, just as far as me goes, I don't think it's really my opinion's really changed that much from the first game. Like, I definitely do see improvements in certain aspects of, at least as far as the single player campaign goes. I do see improvements. As far as my thoughts on the final boss, because it felt like I'm the only one that hasn't really talked about it, I see both arguments. I might lean a little more towards prefer over the first, mainly just because I think Matt kind of hit it on the head. I think, from what I've seen, the second one does seem a lot more fair than the first one.
Yeah, thank you.
Fair enough,
yeah.
I guess.
I definitely was excited when this was shown off at the big Nintendo Switch premiere, and I definitely was not disappointed with what I've been enjoying with it so far. I'm sad to see that the last Splatfest will be happening this year. I hope that this game goes out with a bang, and I'm really truly hopeful that they continue to give this IP a chance, and because I definitely think it's been like returning favorably for them. So, yeah, as previously teased about earlier, but now this Eddie's going on a bit too long. Join us for one last adventure, because my God, Callie was kidnapped, all of the Zapfish was stolen, and all of Ingopolis was in danger. Where the heck was Agent 3?
Find out next time.
Yeah.
Same James channel, same James time.
It is officially 2 o'clock to the James hour.
And Logan.
What?
Hi.
Oh, bye.
Till next time, guys.
Crossfade
Bye-bye.
to black.
Don't get cooked. Stay off the hook.
Stepped on my line!